It's currently 8:04 p.m. and I've been recently working on primarily the front of the hoodie for the current polystyrene drawing project. I've been working on the branches that are primarily in this area based off the reference image, which I'm currently using not only to do the drawing for the hoodie, but also to get practice copying a reference image. Throughout the day, since waking up a handful of minutes before the 8:45 a.m. alarm I set for today, to ensure that I would be up before my phone interview with Wegmans, starting at 9:30 in the morning and ending at 10 in the morning. Around 9 in the morning, I had with my first cup of coffee a yogurt parfait with strawberries, blueberries, and granola that's kept in a separate plastic container within the plastic cup that the whole parfait is in. And that you add to the rest of the parfait. I had that parfait with the first cup of plain coffee I had today. Prior to the phone interview, I finished the yogurt parfait, but not the first cup of coffee. Dad gave me some advice on what to say during the phone interview, and I did my best to take that advice. And this time around it lasted for roughly the whole half hour that was scheduled. And at one point, the interviewer started discussing another available job position available at Wegmans. If I recall, it was something to do with loading produce. And I said that position would be fine for me to do as well. I talked about being a student senator while I was in college. I did my best to answer every question that was given to me. All in all, I feel I did pretty good on the phone interview. Ever since finishing that phone interview around 10 in the morning, throughout the day I've been going between working on my mod list for Skyrim Special Edition and working on the Polystreet drawing project that I showed at the beginning of this video. And what I've been doing has been a combination of looking for new mods that I might be interested in adding to the mod list based on my plan for my first playthrough of Skyrim. And looking into updating mods that I've already installed previously on my laptop. It's currently 9:08 p.m. and around 2:45 p.m. I had a couple of peanut butter and jelly English muffin sandwiches that Dad prepared. With a glass of milk. Whole milk. Sometime after I had my third and last cup of plain coffee for today. Using the remaining splash that was left in the kettle after my second cup of plain coffee. Adding what was left of the kettle into another cup that was left in our refrigerator. And I recall having that last cup of plain coffee roughly around 1 to 2 p.m. I recall rearranging the buildings within this Umni settlement, Omni settlement, in order to ultimately make room for this palm garden and to make the most utility out of this latest province expansion I've gotten for the city. I recall doing this within the first hours of today before I fell asleep, somewhere between 2 and 3 in the morning. And woke up around 8:45 in the morning, a handful of minutes before that alarm. It's a bit annoying when I end up being one artifact short from fully evolving a Dragonheart estate or any other evolvable building that I get from the episodic events, but I figure that when the next episodic event comes around, I'll be able to get all of the artifacts that time around, or I'll otherwise be able to replace the evolvable building. Or somehow get that last artifact at a later point.